We all know that the NEP 2020 National Education Policy strongly, advocates for the integration of Indian knowledge system, which we commonly known as IKS, including folklore and heritage into the curriculum. For example, my department, Umang Haraoba, it's a ritual dance festival. It looks, yeah, uh, at the onset, it's just look like a festival. It just look like, just simply look like a festival. But if we go through all the ritualistic sequences, starting from day one to the ending day, that mainly it comprises of three, uh, I should say, three episodes. Children are the pillar of the society because they are the future. They are the one who are going to safeguard our future, our cultural heritage, our folklore, and our identity. I was given the topic of these effective ways of integrating um, folklore and heritage into the curriculum. I just came here to share some of my knowledge. Uh, in in short, I should say, just to refresh, some knowledge, because the participants are. I was told that the participants are all teachers, so I just came here to share my knowledge and refresh your knowledge, because you might have known all these things before. So I'm just sharing my knowledge, and I'm just giving examples. I'll be giving examples from my university, which is very new, recently set up in 2015, and it started its classes from 2016. So it's a very new university, and it has 11 departments. Some three subjects are already common subjects, but some of the subjects are uh, locally, introduced, locally subjects which are introduced newly, and it is really relevant, with art, with today's topic, because this uh, integration of folklore and heritage is, our university is also one of the example for this. So I'll just start my lecture. And the picture, I just put the picture of this ritual dance festival, which is called Lai Haraoba. And uh, and before, it was included as a paper in dance department, this one. But now it's opened as a independent department in our university, which is Umang Haraoba department, and which I am also one of the faculties. And this is the courtyard of the temple, that's giving performance in front of the deities, gods and goddesses. So I just thought it will be relevant with this topic, so I just put this picture in my cover. Okay, next slide, please. Coming to my topic, integrating folklore and heritage, I don't think it will be. We don't think it will be appropriate to waste much time on on giving the concepts of this folklore and heritage. We all know that there is, and none of the studies of human life, none of the studies of human life, mm, can ignore folklore. We all know that it encompasses all the spheres of life. And regarding the heritage, we also know that it's the culture of one country, the elements and essence of one traditional essence, brought down from generation to generation. We all know that. So I'm not going to that. And coming with the uh, coming with some of my objectives, I just give some, uh, why how the theme, the folklore and heritage, how it was integrated in our curriculum and its benefits. And though we know that they have so many benefits, but the thing is that we faced a lot of problems and challenges while during the deliberation of all these inputs, newly inputs in our curriculum. And after that, I just suggested some effective ways uh, to integrate this folklore and heritage into the curriculum. Next slide, please. Yeah. Actually, it should be integrating folklore and heritage into curriculum. It's a mistake. We all know that the NEP 2020 National Education Policy strongly, advocates for the integration of Indian knowledge system, which we commonly known as IKS, including folklore and heritage into the curriculum. And at all levels of education, from primary level to high school level, and to higher secondary level, to college level, then to university level. We all know that it's a few years it has started, and and coming to its aims. It aims to encourage our cultural heritage. We all know that, and it aims to uh, give the sense of identity, the sense of our own identity, my identity, our identity, their identity. And it also aims to give, it also emphasis on multidisciplinary studies among different subjects. Like nowadays, we have this, facilities from physics to arts, from arts to physics, then vice versa. So integrating folklore and heritage, is a very much a part of the objectives of NEP 2020. And regarding the Indian knowledge system, I would just like to give one quote, read out one quote from the book Introduction to Indian Knowledge System. That means, which are the things which are incorporated in this Indian knowledge system, and as a part of India, I'm coming to uh, my state, my coming to our knowledge, to my knowledge, local knowledge, and to make it relevant. I thought it will be very uh, sorry for the interruption. It's according to the book Introduction to Indian Knowledge System, that is Concepts and Application, written by B. Mahadevan, Vinatak Rajat Bhatt, and Nagendra Pavana RN. It's written in the preface of the book like this, quote, Indian knowledge system is a phrase that covers practically everything about India. For a nation with more than 5,000 years of recorded history, abundant cultural and archaeological artifacts, literature, and social and community practices defining what constitutes Indian knowledge. is itself a huge challenge. Literature, cultural and social practices, historical evidence, and other such knowledge is available in all Indian languages. Dialects and geographical reasons will all technically fall under the ambits of IKS, unquote. I am just giving this quotation because some of some of my colleagues and some of the teachers, had the misconception that the 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 local the local knowledge or the indigenous knowledge of us of our own uh, you know uh, for our of our own reasons might not be included in Indian knowledge system. They just thought of the Puranas, they just thought of the Vedas and all. So I just wanted to, because of that, I just quote this quotation. So coming to my topic, I would like to say that uh, my university, that means the university which I worked, is one of the a very good example for integration of folklore and heritage into the curriculum. For example, my department, Umang Haraoba, it's a ritual dance festival. It looks, uh, at the onset, it's just look like a festival. It just simply look like a festival. But if we go through all the ritualistic sequences, starting from day one to the ending day, that mainly it comprises of three, uh, I should say, three episodes. I should say the first day, the beginning, which is called the Ikoba. Then the second part or the second episode is the daily rituals, which might consist of many days, and in some areas it will be celebrated for 1 month also. But usually it covers 5 to 7 days. 5 to 7 days is common. Then the last day is the third episode. So in this festival, starting from day one to last day, each and every rituals uh, tells the story of our own worldview, of, for our own community's worldview, how the world is how the universe is created, how was created, how the world was created, how uh, the human beings were created, and how human beings took settlement. All the theories of human evolutions, were executed through series of rituals, like through dancing, through singing, through incantations, and through different ritual objects. So there again itself, during the ritualistic sequence, there are so many riddles, there are so many songs uh, regarding the life cycles of human beings, then the do's and don'ts of uh, men and women, uh, children, and everyone. So it's a it's very much it very much gives knowledge of uh, you know it gives so much knowledge in the field of moral education. We should not do this when we attain this age. We should not do this, and how to how to discipline, how to treat our elders, how to treat our to our younger generation. Everything it's in everything is taught through these rituals. So, and in integrating into the this curriculum, it's a very big challenge again. because um, we have to uh, we have to bring in the practitioners, especially like we have this maiba, which like priests, maibis, like priestesses, and pena aseba, which it's a pena singer, a singer who plays with one instrument, a musical instrument called pena. So in give while trying to integrate all these things in our curriculum, we have to find different kinds of ways to integrate, because they are the real practitioners, they are the real functionaries of that festival or any other of that kind. So uh, we also have which can be this can be from we it can be said that Umang Haraoba is it can be included in the section of performing arts and in the section of this literature, and like in the from the section from the uh, section of sociology and many more. And likewise we also have you know this Thangta means it's our martial art, a form of martial art of Manipur, which is very famous. And while integrating this into the curriculum, the students were given the knowledge of, you know, knowledge of healthy being, how to become healthy, how to become fit. And likewise in Umang Lai Harab, it also teach discipline. It also give, it also, teaches that we should, the knowledge of, different kinds of food habits and all, so that we should not indulge in eating bad foods likewise. And we also have other subjects called Sankirtana is also a, you know it's also ritual performance. uh, Sankirtana is uh, a ritual performance which came after the invasion of Hinduism. It's the synchronization of the early Manipuri culture and the new one. So there it also teaches different kinds of moral lessons, different kinds of, disciplines, different kinds of knowledge through all these performances. And we also have other subjects like dance, music, and all. So through through all these things, we have lots of, you know we could get lot of benefits from it. First, I gave emphasis on moral education, then knowledge of our culture and identity, and skill enhancement, societal bonding. Not only these things, there are lots more. So the benefits of folklore in integrating folklore and heritage, I should say, there's innumerable benefits, I should say. Uh, it, but we have to have the knowledge of, the knowledge of delivering in the right time, in the right place, uh, because the background of the cultural background of all the children are not same, because we are living in a, this, a place of cultural diversity. So we also have to have the knowledge of all the diverse cultures settling together in our state, or maybe in, in our country. So we have lots of benefits, like the empathy between one another and our own identity. I before 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 the integration of all these, students are keen to learn the knowledge from Western cultures, especially. But now, because some years, few years, because of this integration of all these elements into the curriculum, children started to, admire our own culture. Children started to admire, uh, you know, their their cultural identity, their cultural food habits, their cultural dressing sense, and everything. And at the same time, they are also given the knowledge of moral education through various kinds of storytelling, through like from folk tales and all. So instead of the Western rhymes like Baba Black Sheep or Rain Rain Go Away, now we have in our syllabus, we have so many local elements, local folk tales, local really regional stories with different kind of moral lessons in the rhymes. So it's a very good development. So now, ma'am, next slide. Yeah. Then we all know that there are lots. We all know that the students can inculcate lots of good things from this curriculum. But the thing is that if we if the authorities or the school, or the authorities of the school, the authority of the higher secondary schools, or the authority of the colleges, or the authority of the universe, they didn't have, you know a proper knowledge of all these things, it becomes a problem, it becomes a hurdle. Many of the authorities uh, are not aware of all these things. So because of that, we have to face we some institution face a lot of problem, and lack of facilities and infrastructure. We have, with the introduction of this NEP 2020, we have a lot of different new subjects were introduced, like skill enhancement course and all. And for that, we need classrooms, new classrooms. We need new equipments. We need uh, different practical classes. And at the same time, uh, we have to have different kind of facilities to deliver them perfectly. But I don't think most of the institutions could suffice all these at this moment. Even our university, since it's very new and it's a state university, we are facing a lot of problem. Shortage of classrooms, shortage of facilities, and different kind of problems are now, we are right now facing right now. So likewise, I think other institutions too might have faced all these problems. And the third one is vague curriculum. If we are going to integrate heritage, folklore, or in heritage, or other you know cultural elements, we need to have proper frame syllabus before deliberation of our syllabus. uh, just for namesake only just for namesake only, we there are some institutions you know, who did for who did only as a namesake. So I think it should be, checked, and it should be rectified. Different experts in the field has to be have to be, invited to discuss all these things, and it's really a must, because the vague curriculum can create, hazards in our, in our deliberation of all these things. And the next is less trainers or teachers. Yeah. Supposing if we want to give knowledge, or if there is one syllabus for weaving, not like in the skill enhancement, weaving or sculptor or something like that. If we don't invite, if we can't invite proper, experts or proper trainer for that matter, it becomes, useless for useless, and it our objectives can't be, attained because of that. And in some, college or in some university, I could see that the untrained student, they will just they will just get some uh, knowledge from the experts, you know knowledge from experts, just little knowledge from the experts. Then they will teach the students by themselves. And it may be because of the uh, you know because of the financial problem, or because of the other things. And at the same time, uh, supposing the semester should cover 6 months, but because of the financial constraint of the institution, the experts came and taught only for 1 week or something like that. These things happens. So this can be very, this has to be checked, and this has to be, uh, look, it's a very, urgent matter right now. So the government, or the other relevant departments have to, give proper, emphasis on in all these things, if we are to implement NEP 2020 uh, successfully. And next I come to my next point. Translation is also a big challenge. Example, translation is just not a translation, I should say, because translation is like, nowadays it came to be, it is defined as a transcreation. We have to create in another version, and the the target the target language, and uh, you know the target language, and the other one, the former one, has to have the link, especially the the cultural appropriation. We have to create the cultural appropriation, for that matter. It's just not a matter of, gen- simple translation. It has to be, carefully, looked upon in this matter also. For example, in my subject, I will give one example. uh, Literally, umang like Haraoba, literally it means forest. Umang means forest. Lai Haraoba, Lai means the deities, forest gods. It has been, translated as forest gods by some of the Western scholars, and even some of our local scholars do translate like literal meaning like forest gods, but it's not forest god. Yeah, it is celebrated in uh, in a in a groves like environment, sacred groves like environment, but it's not a sacred groves like the others, because the Umang like Haraoba has different other connotations. We have to understand all that, and we have to interpret that for that matter. So this kind of things happens during translation. The misinterpretation may be created because of mis you know because of all these things. So that uh, we have to have that knowledge of proper translation by the authorities and by different departments like language department, translation department. Like, we have to look into the matter very carefully for this matter, because now it's a we are in the world of global connect, like this platform. We have to we have to spread our knowledge worldwide. We have to spread our knowledge uh, through technologies, and for this we have to have proper understanding of the context, so that we can translate it, so that one can translate it properly along with the cultural appropriation. So translation is also a big challenge in you know is also one of the challenges, and in integration of folklore and heritage into the curriculum. Then and then last but not least, lack of policy. There are so many, but I just quoted some. Lack of policies, like we have cultural policies, but lack of policies as well as proper implementation of the policies, because we need to you know uh, frame policies regarding all these things for our future, because children are the pillar of the society, because they are the future. They are the one who are going to safeguard our future, our cultural heritage, or folklore, and our identity. Because of all these things, we have to uh, give proper emphasis on all these things. And the government as well as private sectors should look upon all these things and do the needful in the right time. So these are the things, these are the problems and challenges that uh, I quoted. And now, next slide, please. Yeah, coming to my main topic, effective ways. Effective ways, as I have also said earlier, if we are going to make it effective, the integration of the cultural elements, then obviously we have to incorporate the local and oral traditions of our ancestors. Like we have as also I already said, like the folk tales included in the rhymes of children's syllabus and all. So we have to incorporate all this local and oral. There are so many oral traditions, and like Haraoba is also one of the oral traditions. Before written records, before the written records, the functionaries, like I said, Maiba Maibi, Pena Saiba, they pass down from generation to generation the through all these songs, through all this dance, through all these hymns, through all these incantations and all. So they are brought down through oral tradition only before. So we have to incorporate all these things to know the to have the authenticity of our heritage. And next, we should involve the our students, students as well as students as well as the parents. We should involve them because because the traditional knowledge or the local knowledge that we knew came from my parents got it from their parents. So we have this tradition called Phungawari Liba. Phungawari means folk tales. uh, Families used to sit in a round manner, and in the middle there is a heart. So nowadays it is we could it is not seen nowadays in some rural areas we do see, but now in urban areas we didn't find that. During that days, the grandmothers, the grandfathers used to narrate different kind of folk tales, giving different kind of moral lessons to their grandchildren, not about their characters, about the good characters, about the about the ideal person, about the ideal personality. And so the the moral lessons that we inculcate informally is from our families on. So students as well as the involvement of parents is a must in this regard. And next, diverse means of deliberation. So while delivering the elements, if we just taught them through books, by reading books and just explaining, just lectures, it will be it will be a very boring one for them. So uh, we have to get help from the practitioners, like I said, like the performers. We have to bring in the performers, one who can sing, uh, one who can dance, and one who can act, so so that their class become more important, practical oriented. And we can also get the help from technology. That means we can showcase through visual, uh, or through audio, through audio. So diverse means of the we have to, and then by just going to field trips, or just by going to study tour, or just by going to the some cultural sites, heritage sites. So it can become effective likewise if we uh, do in that way. Yeah, we some have already adopted all these kinds of things, because everyone is now doing research on all, finding ways to give all these things. And and because of this NEP 2020, again, every teachers, every educators are now they are even they are just burning their midnight oil to find all this, to find all these effective ways, so I think it's one of the effective ways, diverse form of deliberation of our lectures. And the next is utilization of technology. Yeah, I also said before that by using ICT, we have we could we could create we could create a, mm, effective uh, effective deliberation of our lectures, effective deliberation of our uh, you know cultural heritage and folklore. We have so many, so many technologies available right now, and we can use in a very proper way if the facilities are given by the authorities, or you know governments or something, or and and uh, and as the policies that I have mentioned. And next point is next is organized cultural events and celebration. We could, in nowadays we have lots of platforms have been created by uh, like all India universities, for the universities level I'm speaking, like uh, youth festivals and all, and cultural meet, literary meet organized by colleges, organized by universities, and other uh, festivals organized by the in collaboration with many universities, in collaboration with from state, from another state to another state, with another state universities, with uh, the neighboring universities, and foreign university with the foreign universities. We used to organize festival by collaborating with different universities from abroad as well as within our country. So it helps a lot of mm, it helps a lot of uh, lot in the uh, cultural critical thinking of the students, and it also enhances the creativity of the students, the empathy of the students, and love of one another, love of neighboring, uh, and love of neighboring states, love of neighboring country, and unity in harmony, unity in diversity can be brought through all these things, cultural diversity, all these things. So I think it is also one of the effective ways by organizing events, cultural events, organizing cultural exchanges programs and all. So I think it's one of the effective ways. Then next comes to raising awareness, raising awareness, raising awareness regarding the importance of cultural elements, raising awareness regarding the importance of cultural elements into the curriculum. Some, as I have said earlier, that some of the some of the members from the authority didn't give proper importance for this. They would just they would just say that you do it for namesake, like that. There are some members in the authorities too. So we have, it's not, it's because of the lack of awareness only. So to rectify that, we have to have the awareness campaign, lots of awareness campaign. We have to organize a lot of awareness campaign from uh, from from the local level to the government level, uh, to give awareness of these cultural inputs, the benefits of cultural inputs into the curriculum, and the benefits of benefits for the society, benefits for all the citizens. So I think it is also one of the effective ways. And next, encourage collaboration between researchers, educators, and community members. Like now, we are doing collaboration with Sir. I'm doing collaboration with Ma'am Nasi. I'm doing collaboration with Sir uh, Sir Sri Kumar. I'm just sharing my knowledge, and at the end of the session, uh, many knowledge will be shared, I hope. So it's a kind of collaboration between researchers, between educators, and this is also a must, and this is also one of the effective ways for that matter. And in the community level, we have to have the uh, collaboration of our, you know, collaboration of our community people, community local people, to to give knowledge, to give their valuable knowledge in our institutions regarding their expertise, because they are the local scholars, local people are the mainly who works in these all these things related with the cultural activities, have many knowledge, have many valuable knowledge. So we have to get, we have to grab the opportunities to learn from them, by inviting them. Maybe we can organize lecture program, or in the local level, or we just can go to their place with our students, and interact with them, uh, so that our students can learn uh, all these things. So we have to encourage in collaboration with all these things, from community level to the higher level. And we also, as we all know, that we live in a lane of diversity, we have to erase all the cultural barriers, so that so that every students will be should be so that every students will be treated equally, will be treated without any bias, without any cultural barriers, uh, so that they can inculcate all the cultural elements of uh, diverse community, and and have the knowledge of all the communities, so that they can look the other community emphatically. They uh, it can it is a must, because now right now we are Manipur is in the midst of conflict, and I think it's really important for this matter, because because of the cultural barriers, mm, it can happen. It can happen because of the cultural barriers. So I think we should, our the, we may mainly in the section of educators, in the section of researchers, or in the section of these people related uh, in education fraternity, we should uh, try to try not to have all these cultural barriers during our deliberation, in the academic world. So I think it's very important. This is also one of the important, effective way in delivering this. folklore and heritage in our curriculum and the other cultural elements. So I think uh, I might have missed so many points, uh, but still I tried my best, and I hope uh, I hope to have a good two-way conversation at the end. And so now my lecture ends here. So please be free to to give suggestion, and I'm real. And if I have any uh, if I have any you know like misinterpreted something, so excuse me for that. Thank you so much.
Could you suggest age appropriate strategies for integrating folklore into early childhood, primary, and high school classrooms?
Is appropriate strategies. I think nowadays, uh, you know, infant are very even the in very small child are very wise right now. They are they are when they are imbibed with wisdom, I should say. So is I should say we since it can be started from the primaries, primary level. I should say from six from s- from 6 to 7. But the thing is that I already said in my lectures that uh, giving education for started from our family. So I think it can be started from very early age. But still, if you want me to suggest, I should say the primary level. We should start from the primary level. Did I, did I answer appropriately? I didn't know her name.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Uh, kind of. Ma'am, Umang La Haraoba seems to be a colorful festival. So, are you working with schools to create awareness amongst students?
Uh, I please repeat the question.
Umangla Haroba seems to be a colorful
Mm-hmm.
festival. So, are you
Mm-hmm.
working with the schools to create awareness among the students?
Working with schools. Yes, I'm working with schools because not as a part of my university. Actually I run a cultural institution. My husband run a cultural institute, and with the help of that, it's called Atinga. And with the help of that, I we used to uh, along with some of my students, Atinga students, not university students, I along with my students go to um, these high schools and primary schools to give awareness about the festival, and we also taught them uh, the dance forms. Everyone is everyone can dance actually in Manipur. No, because of this Haraoba festival, everyone just it doesn't need that I should be trained in dance, or I should be trained in all these things. That we just can common people just can come and join and dance. So but still, if we go to create awareness. I went with my students to create awareness, and I just wanted to give one of my experience during it was during February 2024, and I along with my students from university. This is one in the university level. Uh, actually. I collaborated with Speak Meitei, uh, Sir, who is the founder of Kiran, Speak Meitei. Sir Kiran Seth came to Manipur during the conflict. So he actually the Speak Meitei programs are mostly the classical music, classical dance. They used to go and give lectures and demonstration in central schools and all. But I requested him. I to requested him to provide some facilities so that I along with my students can go to some relief camps to give deliver all these elements to the students staying in the relief camps. That means IDP, internally displaced persons, for the students of internally displaced person. And 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 in that I include my subject, that is Mangla Haraoba subject, in one of the biggest relief camps. I think it in the relief camps there are around eight 700 to 800 IDPs, and the children, around hundreds of children participated the workshop. It's in the it's organized in form of workshop, and we taught them along with one of my guru, who is Padma Shri awardee Alam Indira in the field of Lai Haraoba. She got Padma Shri award, and along with her I went with my students and taught this uh, this Lai Haraoba dances, as well as we also give them some insight regarding the festivals, so that there are so many, as I also said, there are so many moral lessons. uh, we also taught them the ideas, and even even now it was so effective that they just asked me, when are you going to come again, ma'am, when are you going to come again for the next session, like so it was really effective. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that. We have another question from Justin. I believe that only a creative mindset can survive and thrive in the overly competitive future. How will the adoption of folklore in curriculum help facilitating creativity and critical thinking?
Mm, integrating folklore and heritage in the curriculum needs creativity, first of all, because uh, nowadays the the present generation didn't want to just when we just deliver them deliver them simply the stories of our forefathers, or we simply deliver them some you know elements from our regarding our heritage. They won't be interested. First of all, they won't be interested, and when they so uh, we have to make them interested by giving them in an innovative ways, innovative ways. And we should also make them think innovatively, no, to make them create their own works, by combining the present elements as well as our cultural elements to in an innovative way, to make it more interesting, to make it more effective to uh, the learners, as well as to the the receivers, to the receivers of all this knowledge. So it can also help uh, teachers. It it will also help the teachers as well as the students, I think likewise.
Thank you, ma'am, for that. We have another question. What role can technology play in preserving and presenting folklore in your teaching practice?
Hmm. Uh, yes, I have also mentioned in my lecture regarding this. To present there is one this thing. Regarding the folklore and cultural heritage, yes, we do. Technology can play a big role, you know, because now in present day generation is a generation of technology. And I just forgot forgot his question. Please repeat.
Yeah. What role can technology play in preserving
Or
and presenting folklore in your teaching practice?
okay, yes, yes. So with the help of technology, we can bring all the all those things inside our classroom. Like, I am talking about Umang Haraoba festival. So if we brought that things in the classroom through audio visual, it can helps a lot to people who didn't know the knowledge of Lai Haraoba. I can explain it properly with all that. They will see how the Maibis dance, how the Pena singers sing, and how the Maiba, the priest, perform his ritual duties. And also, um, and also, it will enhance their knowledge compared to the knowledge they will gain from the book. It can create lots of these things. And also, uh, making it more effective in our classroom, we can do lots of this thing, practical activities through these technologies. Supposing, yeah, the different, like in theater department and all, uh, we they use lots of this technology, like sound effects, then visual effects, then light effects and all. Through technology, if they taught all these things through you know this technology, these technical things, then they will understand more. They will understand more. And regarding the folklore and cultural elements, um, like we documentation is a very uh, you know very valid point here, because documentation, uh, we can't deny the documentation true. So documentation is a very valid point. Regarding this, we have to document. I should say, we are now, the students are now lucky to have all these technology things, uh, while while getting their lessons at the same time. So I think it helps a lot. Technology helps a lot in knowing about the heritage and folklore in the curriculum. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, Satyavati Sunaina has asked a question here. Can we consider traditional agricultural practices as elements of folklore?
uh, Traditional agricultural elements in our curriculum.
Agricultural practices in as a
Agriculture.
as elements of folklore.
Yes, yes, of course. Because we have some agriculture we have some traditional agricultural practices which has been practicing since in immemorial time. So we have, nowadays there are so many, there are so many, we opted for many these things, chemical things, to uh, get rid of, paste, to get rid of grass and all. But in in early days it was not like that. So they use some indigenous means to safeguard our, you know, our agriculture, to safeguard the products, to safeguard our paddies and all. So even I am always referring referring to Umang Lai Haraoba. There is a there's one episode called Lautarol. Lautarol means the, you know, it's an episode telling the stories of how the people started, you know, to grow crops, how the people started to grow rye, to grow paddies and all. So in that they use uh, they use some traditional means, you know, in through songs, through, you know, words they used to, don't do this, don't like, they know there are so many uh, in the songs, and uh, in the rituals there are so many do's and don'ts that to be done and not to be done during the this while planting or while cultivating or while, you know, this harvesting and all. So I think agricultural practices can be, we can opt for the indigenous or traditional ones, and we can bring uh, in our in the present, you know, present curriculum. And this, I think, this has been practiced in our university, which is called cultural, no, no, cow center agricultural university. They also started, you know, using some indigenous process, indigenous, you know, process in giving for giving more products without using so much of fertilizers or without using so much of chemicals. So I think we can incorporate these things.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am, for that. We have another question from Sri Kumar, sir. Sir, can you please ask?
Uh, so it was a very interesting session, but I just wanted to get little more insight on how children respond to this folk tales and other things. And I think the Umang, this Allah Haroba is very
Hello.
colorful festival. And you also could introduce it in the relief camps. So that is a good message that you are telling to the society, that the folklore can be used to bring some kind of happiness and hope and joy among these children. So we just want to know how, when are you be able to bring that element of wonder and joy in these children when when you talk about or present these art forms to them?
Yeah, yes, definitely, because they enjoyed a lot, and they used to, you know, ask about the meanings also. They started to, they are more, they become interested to know the meanings too. So it's really interesting to them. And even during that session, I think it may be it may be some moments, but still we can heal their, you know, for some time, you know, we can heal their trauma, heal from we can bring them from the wall of their traumas and all at that time. So I think it's a very great help to them. And yes, folk tales do play a great role, you know. It plays a great role comparing to the Western. I am not, you know, I should say I'm not criticizing them, but regarding compared to the, in our days we used to learn just all these Western rhymes and all, but nowadays children started to learn a lot of you know, stories, from a lot of stories with moral lessons through their rhymes and all. So I think it's a very big development. I think they will have a bright future, I think.